So we have a special guest here today, and there's another box here, so we've got to talk about who's there. It's all like whatever. But we've got our dear friend, Jeannie Ainalakis, and I could say it with the Greek accent, or I could say it with the American accent.
American.
So the American accent is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeannie Ainalakis, and the Greek folks that are listening, this is Connie and Nicki.
Opa! Right.
Opa! So we're so excited to have her with us today here on The Greek Soup, where we stir the pot. And, a little bit about Jeannie, and then we're going to dive in, and we're going to talk about some stuff. We're not going to tell you what, because what fun would that be? But, so Jeannie, all the way from Buffalo, New York, but where do you live now, Jeannie?
I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas.
And what's cool about Jeannie is that she's taken all of her skills, and she has many, into a whole new platform as she works as a nutrition coach with Stronger You, which she'll tell us a bit about today. So we are going to learn about her journey. We are going to talk about how she's transformed her mind, body, and how she took the leap to really make this change at the age of 39. So, oh my God, I'm so excited right now.
I am 40 now, but I did make the change at 39.
So, Jeannie, why don't you start out by talking a little bit about, this change that you talk about, this change that you decided to make at 39, and what was it? What was this change? Tell us. We're dying to hear.
Yeah. So like you said, I was an elementary teacher for 18 years. Growing up, that is the only job that I ever wanted in my whole entire life. And you would catch me playing school in the basement and pretending I had a classroom there. So I already had this passion, this love for teaching and guiding and supporting others. And so I became an elementary teacher. About 3.5 years ago, I kind of went into my own journey of a physical transformation, going into nutrition and making a change of my own there. And I joined Stronger You as a member, and working with my own coach and seeing the changes that I went through and knowing how I felt as a woman, and the confidence that kind of built up in all areas of my life. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to know, was there really a secret behind all this? What was it that really was supporting this? So I went out and I did receive a level 1 certification. So I took a self-paced class while I was teaching full-time, and learned more, and then started working with some people on my own, and eventually was hired with Stronger You and started out part-time while I was still teaching. And so that's kind of how it all panned out. There was a lot of little pieces in between there. But all in all, I'm still doing what I truly love, what I've always wanted to do. And so I'm still teaching. I'm, reaching and touching others and helping them learn. And now I'm helping a lot of women. I do have a lot of men clients too, but a lot of women that are in that 30 to 40, 50 age range, that are coming in, maybe not as confident, kind of how I was when I was coming in to make a change, and walking away with a confidence that they've never felt before. They feel good in their body. They feel good in their mind. They have a nice relationship, a healthy relationship with food, with themselves, with their families, with others. And so that's kind of how it all kind of came out to play. And here I am teaching others, and just in a different platform,
What's interesting is, because I follow you so closely, I'm a big fan of yours. And
let's give a shout out. What's her hand? So Jeannie, what's your Instagram so others can follow you as well?
At Jeannie_Stronger You.
Okay. So, all right. Sorry. Go ahead, Nicki.
Oh, yeah. No. So I follow you every day. You know that. And I get so inspired by seeing the photographs of your clients who have transformed their bodies within like 20 weeks. Like a couple of days ago, there was the orthopedic surgeon that was on.
Yes.
And she lost 32 pounds in 24 weeks. And her body transformed entirely in such a
unbelievable
small period of time. I blew my mind, and I thought, there's got to be a secret behind this, and we got to tap into it.
Well, let me tell you. So the whole secret behind it, it truly is, and this is for a lot of things that we do, it's consistency and your behaviors. And when you're very consistent with anything that you do, you're going to be successful. And that is the biggest piece to the puzzle there.
And we're not even talking about fitness here. That can go across.
I'm not even talking about fitness. I am just talking about your nutrition, how much you are putting into your body, and then your behavior changes, how you're going to change your behaviors to really support those goals that you want to have. You know, I say your actions should be aligned to your behaviors, or excuse me, your actions should be aligned to your goals, right? So you want to make a change, you have to change in order for a change to happen. You know, we can't be in this same place every day and expect something to change and expect something to happen. It just doesn't work that way. And so that's kind of how I did it. I took it into my hands. I wanted to make a change. I wanted to do something else outside of being an elementary teacher. And I took that power that I have, that control, and I needed to do something with it. And that's when I reached out. I learned more. I educated myself. And then I took the step to reach out to Mike Dola, the CEO. You know, I took all those steps.
So you stepped out of you actually stepped out of your comfort zone, or did you know what you wanted to do?
Oh, it's so scary. I had to step out of my comfort zone, which is part of the nutrition piece of this. So when you see somebody being successful in nutrition, it's because they're stepping out of that comfort zone. You know, it's not easy to go and do and try something that you have no idea how it's going to turn out. And nutrition is the same way. It's not easy for us to sit there and change, not knowing what the outcome is going to be, because the outcome could be scary, but the outcome could also be very wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, so the same thing happened with my journey and reaching out to Mike. Was it easy for me to go to him and say, hey, I'm really interested and I have this to offer to you? You know, I had to go through the same processes as everyone else that's out there, but yeah, it's scary. And then you have to make sure your ducks are in a row before you take that leap. And of course, being 40 years old, you're taking that leap, and I have 2 kids. That's kind of scary, but it's
I give you a lot of props for it. I'm glad you took the jump into it, because
so this is very fitting because I'm at 1 year with Stronger You. It was my 1 year anniversary full time with Stronger You as a coach on Sunday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So I want to touch upon like change, right? You know, and I think that because, you know, as a coach myself, I talk to a lot of clients, you know, and they, you know, we get in this moment. It's like, you know, I want to change. I want to make something different. I'm in this space. I'm not really sure how or when or what. And then not weighing like these risks, you know, to make that change. Like, how did you know? Like, what was that moment for you that you're like, that's it, I've had enough? Like, you know, what was that spark that really kind of inspired you? Like, I know you wanted to change and still you're a teacher and things like that, but like internally within your soul, like what was it for you?
I would say 5 years ago, I kind of started wondering what else I could do with myself outside of the classroom. And then, because when you have this one dream and that's all you have, that's all you know of, it's kind of scary to be like, is there anything else that that I can offer to the world, right? And 5 years ago, started wondering that. And then, you know, going through my own transformation. And then I had surgery on my finger. I broke my finger. And so my exercise had to really get dialed back, but thankfully I had my nutrition. And that's when I was like, I need to know more because I'm not working out as much as I used to. I'm still, you know, I've lost my weight. I've maintained my weight. Like, why and how is this working? And that was one of the turning points for me, is that broken finger kind of led to me really thinking I could learn more and I can do more with this.
So
Yeah, it wasn't
the broken finger.
the broken
It was
finger.
the broken finger.
Is
And
what
which
changed
finger
it
I
all.
was sitting on the bike at CrossFit. I remember sitting on the bike. I had my finger like this, you know, broken in this after surgery. And I'm just sitting there wondering, like, I could do more. Like, what could I do? I could be helping people. How can I help people and have them learn all the things that I am loving about this?
But for the people that are like stuck at home for like now almost 4 to 5 weeks,
Yeah.
and we've gained a little bit of weight because all we're doing is sitting on the couch. And
I'm
watching
doing
the
okay,
news all day
girl,
long.
over here. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, she's doing her push-ups.
I'm doing my
yoga.
push-ups.
You're doing your yoga. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm doing my yoga, but I'm baking a lot and I'm
You're baking.
cooking a lot.
What she's not telling you is she is yoga baking.
Yoga baking.
Okay?
I
She's
like
not
it.
telling you the truth. Don't listen to her.
Listen, my mom is sending. She's got all the chudeki coming this way. It should
Chudeki?
arrive
Chudeki.
today.
Okay,
She's
we're-
calling me, telling me about Guest Davis. I'm like, what?
I had Kudulakia arrive 2 days ago. So let's not.
Kulurakia. The funny story about the kulurakia, I have to hide them now.
Oh, I do
I'm
too.
hiding them. It's on lockdown
Okay.
now.
All right. Wait.
Okay,
Big question.
back to what you were saying.
No.
Yes.
Serious
Oh.
question, though. Serious question.
yeah.
Kuluraika.
Yes.
The regular ones or the musto kulura? So
The regular ones.
or the regular ones.
Yes.
The regular ones, Connie.
Oh.
Yes.
The regular ones.
The musto kulura one. I'm the and my kids would be like,
Wait,
oh, the brown ones. Like,
Where are you from? Where's your parents from in Greece again?
Mine?
Connie?
Oh.
mine? We're
Yeah.
from the Peloponnesian version.
That's why you said that. Because the people from the up north, they like it plain.
We down south, folks. North and south don't like each other. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, back to you.
Anyway.
Can you tell me something very easy, simple for me to do to jumpstart this getting healthier?
Yeah. So what I recommend is starting very basic with a few things. Get print off a habit tracker, just a paper habit tracker, or if you like digital, find a digital copy and put these 3 habits in there. Water, your water intake. So you want it to be about half your body weight in ounces every single day. And I'll give you
Half your body.
half
my
your
body
weight
weight
in
every day.
ounces. And I'll give you a strategy in just a second, okay? And then another one would be movement. So, and I'm not talking about exercise. I'm just talking about up and moving. So if you have like an Apple Watch or a Garmin or a Fitbit to track your movement, how much you're moving in a day, get out there and walk in the cold, bundle up. I do it every morning. So walking as much as you can. And that includes like through the house, going from one room to the other. Maybe you're taking laundry from the laundry room and walking it upstairs and then coming back downstairs and walking it to your room and back in. Just all around as much as you can, and really strive for about 10,000 steps a day.
10. Okay, so that's minimum 10,000 steps.
Yes, but here's the thing. So if 10,000 is a whoa number for you, simply take like 1 week and track how much movement you're getting in a day. So say you track it for 1 week and you notice you are getting 5,000, 4,000, 5,000, 3,000, and so forth. So somewhere in that 3,000 to 5,000 range. Set yourself a goal that's reasonable for you. So set it at 5,000 every single day and make that your goal. Then once you hit it that week, the following week, make it a new goal. Your new goal is going to be 6,000 steps and shoot for that every single day. So work your way up to that 10,000, but you got to find your baseline, find where you're starting, right? That'll
So
be
on
your
average,
second thing to try.
On average, your clients do how many steps a day? What do you think?
I encourage them to get 10,000, but it does depend on the person. It depends on any limitations. If they're, and it depends on where they're starting. You know, if they're starting at 2,000 steps daily, that's what their baseline is. Then I'm not going to tell them you have to go walk 10,000 steps. I'm going to encourage them to shoot for those incremental goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got water, we got steps.
Yep. And then the next one, this is a really hard one, but it's a very good one. Protein. Focus on getting protein at every single meal. But protein's very good for your bones and your muscles and muscle synthesis and breakdown and things like that and repair. So it is important for us, especially as we're getting older.
So I want to talk a little bit about, like, we're all Greek here, right? And just how our upbringing, we joke about our parents, obviously, and things like that. But, we are strong women. And, talk a little bit about maybe like how your upbringing kind of influenced, what you do perhaps, or just how you've kind of made these choices and decisions in your life. And, how do you maintain your culture and, and all that with dreaming, and living your dream here?
Yeah. So first off, I got to give props to my mom. She's like the most amazing woman, and you guys know her, and you have the same upbringing. You guys have the same moms as I do. They are strong, independent women.
Yes.
And, she has really supported, both my mom and dad have supported this, my dream and making this change. And so I can't say thank you to them enough for the way that they've inspired me, especially my mom in opening her own business. So that's great. But as for culture, so that's huge, honestly, with everybody, but there's a lot of cultures that surround their life with food and drink. And, that was our upbringing. We had big social gatherings, we had festivals, we had a lot of delicious food, hence the kouroulakia and chourekia being sent to me for Easter. So, growing up, I wasn't the most athletic person. I wasn't inspired to work out. I would say, a little bit overweight. I don't know if everybody else would say that, but I wasn't a very confident person. And so that changed a lot though over time. And honestly, I do thank Stronger You for that and putting me with the coach that I had. He's wonderful, and his name's David. He's really pushed me to find like who I was and build that confidence, because it was tough growing up. And Did you
have like any body image issues as far as?
I know I did. I'm sure it was very common with a lot of girls growing up. There was a lot of comparison. That person's smaller than I am, or I'm not good enough because I'm not athletic or fit or skinny, or all those things they did. It was huge. I think in any community it's like that. You can never just like look at another girl or woman and just appreciate what she has. You always want that, and you don't appreciate what you have. You always want
But our upbringing, I do know a lot of girls, Greek girls, and a few Greek guys that have
body image
challenges, body image issues. And it stems from our upbringing. It stems from those years, the 12, 13, 14-year-olds, when we, growing up. And I think it's like, it never leaves us. It kind of stays with us.
It does.
And it frames our, like for me, I can honestly say, and I know Connie, you could probably jump in here and say a few things about how it affected you, but I, to this day, have struggled with my weight. For now, I'm 44, at least 25 years. Yeah. And I kind of just want to set it aside and not even revisit that anymore, if that makes sense.
Well, I've had to like tell myself, like, no more, you need to stop this, because it's all the self-talk that we do to ourselves that makes it so bad. And women are really bad about it.
Yeah.
The words that we say to ourselves are terrible.
Terrible.
And
I totally agree.
Yeah, and it's hard. And so we have to be kind to ourselves. And once we start allowing that to happen, you'll see like this breakdown of that barrier that is in your mind that's allowing you to be successful, that's allowing you to, I think, even make the changes, and that's allowing you to truly love who you are and you know what you are, I guess. I mean, it's hard. It really is.
Well, and I would think, I think about it for myself, and I was anorexic, when I was a teen. And, a lot of it was because when I was younger, there was this, you all know, there was this cultural thing of like perfection and, go to church, do this and be the best at everything and be the good, Christian girl and
girl,
the great Greek girl,
Yeah.
And, that didn't go away. I mean, I think there's so many positives to it because it's created us these like strong, independent women, are the Sims, and then the other side of it though is, like I went to therapy in my 20s because I had to face it. But I think a lot of it was, I was able to fortunately get out of the whole anorexic deal, but it was a huge 3-4 years of my life. And it's interesting, especially for me. My body completely started to change about 3 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, when I had severe anxiety, and I don't know, everything just kind of started to slow down, and and then injuries and things like that, and then I had to really face, how can I really accept my body for where it's at. What are some things that you say to those women throughout the process as you're coaching them that help them, as like keep going, right? And really be gritty and have that resiliency and not give up? Like, what do you say to them? If you could talk to that person, that needs that motivation right now, that maybe passing by, listening to this chat and talk, right? That, they know what they need, but they refuse perhaps to do what they want to do, right? To take that action. Because, Jeannie, I think that one of the things that Nicki and I know about you is you are one goal-oriented, action-oriented woman, right?
Yeah. Big time.
I want you to talk to like that lazy person in the corner. And what talk to them right now? Like, what do you want to say to them to help them empower?
I would tell them, decide on one thing, one goal. And what are all the things that you think you could do to achieve that goal, and just list them out. And then from that point, let's weed it out from there. What is the most realistic right now that you are willing to do out of all these things that you listed? What are you willing to do to make that change, to reach that goal? And then we would make it quantitative and start moving from there.
You know what comes for me?
It's got to get narrowed down. Like, it has to be, the thing is, like, we set these goals and we want them. I want to lose weight. I want that. Well, yeah, I get it. I want it too. But you got to really think about, what are you willing to do? Like right now, with what is going on in your life, okay? We've got this, pandemic happening, and you want this goal of losing weight. What are you willing to? What are you even able to? Like, think about how much energy you have at this moment when you're giving to your work and to your family and your homeschooling. At this moment, what are you able to even give right now? Tell me. And when you tell me, then we can dial it from there.
I think that's a really good way to think about it, because I do hear a lot of people like, like there's these memes, like if you don't come out of anything during right? And that's BS to me. And I love the fact that you said, what are you able, right? What are you able to do? And that's mentally and physically, right? So, start there. And maybe, like you said, maybe it is one, and what is that one thing, right? Or whatever that is. So I love hearing that. Nicki, what were you saying?
No, I'm absorbing everything. I really am personally.
And the other thing, sorry, go ahead.
Routine. I mean, it really is about movement and routine. And I think with anything in life, we don't even have to talk about fitness right now, but with anything, if you want to achieve something, you have to move.
You do.
There's such a power in just moving doing and stepping out of your comfort zone and saying, and if we're going to refer to fitness goals, trying things out. Mm-hmm. You might be surprised. Like I see myself, like when I saw the video of your chair plank.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what is this? I've never seen this before. And I tried it. Did I like it? But I tried it and I felt good because it empowered me to keep trying new things with you.
Yes.
You know, and that's part of it, is allowing yourself to make mistakes, just keep the momentum moving and adjusting and evolving. And I think that's why I'm enamored by, I'm a big fan of yours, so I follow you a lot. But I see what you're doing, and I'm applying bits and pieces, like what resonates for me, into my practice.
And that's good.
And it works.
Good.
Because it keeps me moving at least.
Yeah.
As opposed to being on the couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what I was going to say also, what I would tell that one person, this kind of goes with this, is don't play the comparison game. Don't compare yourself to somebody else that you're seeing and their achievements. You know, their life is very different than yours. Like you said, you saw the before and afters of the surgeon that I posted in California. You can't compare your life to her and say, well, I want that. I can do that. Well, no, you don't know what her life is. You don't know her adherence level. You don't know what she's doing. So your goals have to be your goals, and you've got to own up to them and do what you're capable and able to do at the moment. So I always say comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Doesn't matter what you see on Facebook. They're only posting the good stuff.
You're right. You're absolutely
right. You never see the bad stuff.
But I get inspired by people. I have to be honest.
That's good. Yeah.
And they're planting seeds. You're planting seeds. That's why it's important, because you're consistently putting out your message in this way. So I'm a big proponent of people like you. It is important also to not cheapen that either. It's powerful. There's a ripple effect. Mm-hmm. So, but that orthopedic surgeon, what resonated for me is her before picture looks like my body right now.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha.
So that's what resonated for me, as opposed to all the other clients.
Yes.
So it is kind of, it plants seeds, just seeing the visual.
Yeah.
But then you have to understand that this person has a different metabolism, different lifestyle.
Absolutely.
You know? So it's a little bit of both, you know.
So I have, and so on that, right? Because, you know, again, I'm going on Instagram and I'm looking at these people. I'm like, oh my God, they're so skinny. Okay. And, you know, as a reader, I might say, heck, I've never been that skinny ever in my life. And, or maybe I did 20 years ago. Right. Or, oh my God, they must be starving themselves. You know, I'm going to stir this up a little bit, because I feel like, there's a judgment aspect to all of this, and it can turn me away, is what I'm trying to say, because it's more of like, they're probably not eating anything. I'm not willing to sacrifice not eating food, right? So I want to understand this. I want to get to the bottom of this, right? So Nikki's like, oh my God, that's my before and after. Me, on the other hand, it's like, I don't know if I want. I can.
But there you go. You don't know how much she's eating.
That's correct. So that's why I want to address it, because
you know what I mean?
I want to talk about it, because this is what happens in social media out there.
It's about creating stories.
Right. So, you know, you guys follow me, you know, and I post my food, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you guys know, you know what I look like. So the amount of food that I'm eating is an unbelievable amount. Okay. I eat a lot of calories a day, and my body remains the same. I have worked my way to this point, though. And it also goes into my activity level. So a lot of people, our main goal as coaches is to feed our clients as much as possible while they're sitting in a caloric deficit. And that's going to be different for every single person, right? So the client that you guys saw, the surgeon,
Yep.
she's sitting at her lowest weight. She's sat in for who knows how long ever in her life, right? At 48 years old, I believe she is. And eating a pretty decent amount of food, which is really exciting, but you guys don't know that.
Right. See, that's what I have a problem with. It's the social media presence is only one-sided.
Yeah.
Right. And here we have a whole world so fixated on social media, Instagram, Facebook. It's all about the picture.
Yeah.
And not enough about the story, right? And so how do we change that and bridge the gap so people get a better idea of what it takes?
But do people really want the story? They don't.
They want, you know what they want, Jeannie? They want the body in the sports bra with the little bitty pair of shorts. I mean, that's without what I think.
And I would say also without the work, because
right.
Because I only bring this up, not because I don't think it's true. I know it's possible and I know it's true, but I'm thinking about that lazy little person sitting in the corner that completely checks it off because their reaction is like, ew, that's disgusting. I don't want to do that. Right. Or how can I? Cause I'll never, and I'm doing I'm playing devil's advocate on like both sides because
but they won't know until they try.
They don't. And I think part of it is,
motivation.
But that's it's really the fear of stepping out of their comfort zone and afraid of what the change might be or look like.
And that's it.
Oh my God, that's such a good point, Jeannie, because it really has a lot to do with that and self-love.
So that's it. And I think, that's why, and I wanted to talk about it because, I don't want this, we're doing this show for a reason, right? We're not, anybody can do interviews, right? Anybody can be like, hey, tell me about your nutrition program. Great. Okay. Here, find me here. Check. Boom, boom. Be like the surgeon. But, why we're doing this here is because, we're Greeks and we're stirring the pot. It's because, I think there are real issues.
We love food. We love
food. And I think part of it is, we're talking about fitness today because it's like, you still eat a kuluraki or have a tureki, right?
Oh, yes, I do.
And so I think a part of it is like, people have this perception of like, they've got to give up everything in their entire life if they want to, let's say, look a certain way, but it's really more about feeling a certain way rather than looking a certain way. Yeah. And, and there's a whole story and everybody's got a different story and we're all very different. And so, I look at it as bioindividuality, but like, I guess, our point here today is in talking with you too, is like, you've worked your butt off and have committed a long time of your life to exploring and understanding how to do this for yourself. Right. Mm-hmm. And there are different ways that people are doing it. They could do CrossFit and maybe it's right for you or whatever. Right. But I think the journey is really what it's been about for you. And it sounds like it's been a lot of this connection of mind body and then helping others do the same. And I think that's really what I'm getting from this too, of like, it's very, very important to look at it in that way. And I think that it's amazing and wonderful that, all those naysayers out there, can have a better understanding perhaps of that. If you want something, it takes something. And
it takes change. Yeah.
It takes change and
Gina, and courage. And I think courage too. And
courage to change your life because you were a teacher before and you put a lot on the line. And I think a lot of people can resonate with that because right now we're being faced with a global reset and we're rethinking a lot of our habits, a lot of our choices. And so when we hear testimonies like yours, we actively listen to it and we think, okay, that's very encouraging. This person did it and she had children. And there's so much going on behind the scenes. Right. And I'm not even talking about your goals. I'm talking about the structure that and the responsibilities, your family, your children, the dynamics of what happens on your everyday that people don't see. It's behind the camera. There's a lot of pressure, but there's something inside of you that says, I'm worth it and I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is like magic. I do.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. All right. So we're going to close it up here. Jeannie, you don't have to talk to the lazy person anymore, but but if there's any last, tips of advice, inspiration you want to leave Nicki and I with, we'll take it right now. Anybody listening?
I think I gave it all out to you girls. Honestly,
Thank you.
I just want you to be confident in who you are and what you're doing every single day. And so just know I'm here if you ever need anything. Just reach out. You know where to find me.
Thank you. This has been fun.
You are amazing. You are amazing.
Thank you, girls. Thanks.
Keep on keeping on.
Thank you for Thank you for having me here.
Awesome.